Are you thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia? But you don't know anything about Cumming. You don't even know if there are good schools here. What's the weather like? What's the lay of the land looks like? What are the communities looking like? Cost of living, housing. We are going to cover all of that in this video. We're going to look at the pros and cons about living in Cumming, Georgia. And we're going to get to it right now. If this is your first time to my channel and you want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that there is to know about Cumming, Georgia, then subscribe and hit the bell for notification so that you will be the first to know about current market conditions in Cumming, Georgia. My name is Hasna Pierce, your local realtor, and I get emails and texts and phone calls every single day from people just like you looking to make a move to Cumming, Georgia. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, shoot me a text, send me an email, give me a call. All the information is in the description below so that I can help your move to Cumming, Georgia smooth and easy. Now, let's talk about the pros and cons of living in Cumming, Georgia. So before we jump into the pros and cons of living in Cumming, Georgia, let's talk a little bit about the city. So when you look at the population for Cumming, and when you Google, it's going to pull up and say that it's a little under 10,000 people. Well, don't let that frame your perspective of how populated Cumming is. Within the city limit, yes, the population is a little over 9,000 people, but Cumming is located in Forsyth County. Forsyth County's population is a little over 260,000. So it's not really that small of a city. Forsyth County covers a large area of North Georgia. And so when you think about moving to Cumming, think about that there are a little over 260,000 people. And Cumming is growing rapidly. It is about 40 miles north of the city of Atlanta. It is fairly easy to travel back and forth between Cumming and Atlanta via 400. In fact, a lot of families do choose to live in Cumming and commute into Atlanta for their work. We also do have a lot of families who live here but commute to cities like Alpharetta, Roswell, Milton, Gainesville. And so, this is really a good location to live and to commute for jobs or for whatever reason that you have to commute to different cities outside of Cumming. Now, one of the things that I love about the city of Cumming is that it is really close, in fact, within driving distance of some popular destination. For example, Knoxville, Tennessee, north of Cumming is probably about 4.5-hour drive. Gatlinburg, popular area for people to visit, that's a little under 4 hours. And if you are a beach person like me, we've made several trips to Panama City Beach. It takes a little under 6 hours to drive there. If you want to go to Charlotte is a little under 4 hours or around 4 hours to drive to Charlotte. And the airport is slightly south of Atlanta metro area, and that would take you maybe a little over an hour to drive, depending on the traffic, if you're driving during rush hour traffic. And so another awesome feature about living in Cumming, as far as the location of Cumming, is that it is located, I don't know if you've heard of this, Lake Lanier. It is a popular destination for a lot of the folks that live around this area, especially in the summertime. A third of Lake Lanier borders Cumming. And so the shores of Lake Lanier has several access from Cumming to get in there. If you love lake life, then this is absolutely the city for you. Another good reason for families to move to Cumming, Georgia is for its good schools. That's the second pros. In fact, Forsyth County Schools is rated by niche.com as number 3 of all the counties in Georgia from the perspective of diversity, graduation rate, teacher to student ratio, and many important factors that help rate Forsyth County Schools as number 3 in all of Georgia. And it's really, when you think about being rated number 3, you also want to think about of all the counties in the United States, mind you, of all the counties in the United States, Forsyth County is rated number 1 for families. And the reason being is because we have excellent schools. So we are known for great schools. And so if you are a family thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia, and you have children and you want to make sure that they're located in a community or in an area that have great schools, then Cumming, Georgia is the place for you. In Forsyth County, you can check out some of these communities and check out the schools that is attached to the communities so that you can make the right decision for your family. So before you make the move to Cumming, if schools are important, check out my video that I put out on the map tour of Cumming, or go to niche.com. The links and description for where you can go to look at the schools in more detail is in the description below. Another pros about living in Cumming, Georgia is the number of parks and hiking trails and cycling trails that we have in this city. I mean, it's just connected throughout the city and into some of the connecting cities outside of Cumming. Sawney Mountain is a popular hiking trail for me and my family. And lots of people that I've talked to love hiking up Sawney Mountain. And if you get to the very, very top, you'll get to this place called the Indian Seat. And there's this huge rock that you can stand on top of it and see the entire city of Cumming from there. It's a beautiful mountain, has beautiful hiking trails, lots of access point. Another popular place, as I mentioned earlier, is Lake Lanier. Lake Lanier is a popular destination for people, especially in the summer, where there is a huge lake, there is a water park there. If you want to go fishing, there's lots of fishing spots. If you have a boat, there is certainly many access points and ramps for you to launch your boat, and Lake Lanier is the place that you want to be in the summer if you have a boat. Lake life is simply beautiful here. We do have homes that are available for sale off of Lake Lanier, though they are a little pricey. But if that's the lifestyle that you want, certainly you could consider, paying that kind of price for a home. And we're going to talk a little. Another pros about living in Cumming, Georgia is the entertainment value, or the shopping centers that we have here. In Cumming, Georgia, we have a couple of shopping centers that are huge shopping centers within the city of Cumming, or within Forsyth County, that many people who move here do love to go shopping there. First is called The Collections. The Collections is off of Bethelview Road, right there by 400, exit 13. Popular shopping places in Forsyth County, in the city of Cumming, restaurants to eat, popular stores like Barnes & Noble, right? DSW, a shoe store. Lots of quaint little shops as well. Hangout place for families, because right in the middle of the collection, there is this area for people to gather, a gazebo, places to sit. In the summer, they have entertainment almost every weekend there. So a good place to shop, the Collection. Another good place to shop within Forsyth County, on the edge of Forsyth County, towards the south part of the county, is called Halcyon. It's a mixed-use development area, so there's shopping, there's restaurants, there's places to play, there are condos and townhomes in that area. The middle of Halcyon is a rather large gathering area where you will see almost at any given time it's really busy with kids running around and playing, families gathering together, eating out, just hanging out with families. It's a fun place to be. So that's Halcyon. Another shopping and hangout place is off of Post Road called the Vickery Village. Lots of quaint restaurants, lots of shopping. There are homes within that area as well, single family homes. There are also, if I remember correctly, maybe townhomes as well. Across the street from the Vickery Place is a large soccer complex. And so if your family is into soccer, then this is a great place for you to consider living. Close to that area. This is off of Post Road in Cumming, Georgia. Besides shopping, right? Places for entertainment. Downtown Cumming is a cute downtown. There's the fairground is also in downtown Cumming, and in October we simply have a phenomenal state fair going on. In fact, it's going on right now as I am doing this video. Oh my gosh, if you like fried everything, this is the place to go. Lots of great rides. People from all over within the Forsyth County and outside of Forsyth County would come to the state fair just to have the experience, the food and the entertainment that it affords. And so that's great. Lastly, but certainly not least, there's lots of pros. I'm just covering some of the highlights of what I think will be important for a family or for anyone thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia. Is the weather, right? We always talk about the weather. I love the weather in Cumming, Georgia. Absolutely love it. I think at the coldest in Cumming in December, probably around 34 degrees, and at its warmest in the summer, maybe 88, 90 degrees. And so it vacillates between 34 to 88 degrees as average temperature in Cumming, Georgia. And I love it. Fall's really beautiful around here. Now, some people do ask, do you get snow? Yes, we do. We get some snow, but it doesn't stay around very long, which is what I love. I get to experience the snow, and then a day or two later, it's gone. Cumming, Georgia is just perfect. Temperate weather, excellent weather, rather, I would say. Now, this summer, this is 2022. This summer it's been kind of a warmish summer, but generally it's probably around 88 to 90 degrees in the summer. So if that is the kind of weather that you love and that's the kind of weather that you're looking for, then Cumming, Georgia is the place for you. So moving on from the great weather that we have here in Georgia, let's look some into the cons. What are the cons of living in Cumming, Georgia? Number one on my list of cons is the home prices in Georgia. Now, if you don't know this, Forsyth County, it is the second wealthiest county in the state of Georgia. So with that comes, higher prices of homes in Georgia. Now, when you look at the prices of homes, it's obviously is driven by the economy in the state of Georgia, especially in Forsyth County, the economy in Forsyth County, the cost of living, the great schools, the great number of outdoor activities that you can do in Cumming. I mean, all of these feeds into the prices of homes in Forsyth County, right? In Forsyth County, at the time that this video is made, the median home price in Georgia, in Forsyth County, is $524,000. Now, I know that's a bit pricey, but with it also comes with a great lifestyle, great community, great schools, and all that goes into that. So as you think about wanting to move to Forsyth County or want to live in Cumming, Georgia, you probably should know that homes are a little bit pricier here. Now, price is also relative, right? And you take similar home, 500K home here in Cumming, Georgia, and you plop it in Minnesota, in Edina, Minnesota, the price goes to 700 to 800K. So it's all relative. But as you look at wanting to purchase a home in Cumming, Georgia, just know that it is a bit pricier than any other city or county in Georgia. So price is one of the cons as you consider thinking about moving to Cumming, Georgia. But I'm a realtor in this area. I know the communities like the back of my hands. I can find you a deal, so no worries there. But just so you know, that's one of the cons of living in Cumming, Georgia. Now let's look at another one. Cost of living is a little bit higher here in Cumming, Georgia. When you're talking about Forsyth County being the second wealthiest county in Georgia, the cost of living is probably going to be a little bit higher. I believe at last check, for living in Forsyth County, as far as the cost of living, is about 16 points above the national average. So when you think about that, you know, everything's going to be a little bit more expensive as far as, you know, the groceries that you purchase here in Cumming, or how much it costs for entertainment when you want to take your family out, and all of those things that goes with it, right? The third cons, that's the last one that I'm going to talk about in this video, is the commute time, right? If you live in Forsyth County and you work in Atlanta, then it's going to take a minute for you to drive into Atlanta, especially if you are going with the rush hour traffic into Atlanta and back out from Atlanta. It's, you know, it's busy. That's city life, right? If you're driving into the city for work. On average, however, Atlanta being 40 miles south of Cumming, during rush hour, about an hour, I would plan between an hour to an hour and a half of drive time. As you get closer to the city of Atlanta, it gets a little bit busier because all of the surrounding cities right outside of Atlanta pours into 400 going south into the heart of Atlanta. So commute time can be a challenge. So that's all that I have for the pros and cons of living in Cumming, Georgia. I hope that it is enough information for you to be able to make a decision for yourself, for your family. And if I could be of any assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. You can send me a text, you can send me an email, you can give me a call. All the information is in the description below. You can also schedule 15 minutes online via Zoom with me so that we can have a face-to-face conversation about how I could be of further assistance with you. As always, I hope that you have a great day, and until we talk on the phone or until I see you again in the next video, I hope that you have a great day.